the No Ratio DSCR Loan. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff, the Mortgage Pro. Thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Today, we're talking about, the No Ratio DSCR Loan. Before we get into it, go ahead and click on the like button down below if you like these videos, and if you really like them, please go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate your support on my channel going forward. So let's talk about DSCR loans with no ratio. So this isn't something new. It's just another one of these little niches within the DSCR world going forward that you can look into. And basically the debt service coverage ratio is the income coming in has to typically be more than the mortgage payment going out with the principal, interest, tax, and insurance. So usually what we're looking for is a 1.0 or higher DSCR ratio. And that usually means a pretty good chance that you're going to be able to get a loan. But what happens if the property doesn't cash flow? What happens if it's a little bit upside down or a lot upside down? Can you still get a loan? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can use this no ratio DSCR product to be able to do that. Some some lenders consider a 0.8 to be a no ratio DSCR loan. Other ones are really true no ratio DSCRs, and they don't have a ratio for the debt service coverage ratio. So you can still get a loan in a lot of these instances without having any cash flow at all. So why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you're in a high cost market and the properties don't cash flow anyway. But the appreciation is really high, and it's something that you can, buy a property, wait a couple of years, and that value is going to go up pretty significantly over time, and you can just cash out in a couple of years. That might be a reason why you get a no ratio DSCR. There's lots of other instances. Maybe your cash flow is just slightly upside down, but you need some cash out or you need some money. You can still do these types of loans with that type of an example as well. Okay. So let's look at some of the guidelines here for this. So first-time investors are okay with a no ratio DSCR loan, but we do not allow first-time home buyers to be able to do this. So you still have to own a primary residence, but you can buy your first investment property going forward with this. That's still okay. You can do credit scores down to 660. On these no ratio DSCR loans, which is pretty good. We like to see 700 or better, ideally, and but you can still go down to 660 for a credit score. Non-warrantable condos are definitely allowed. You can do those with these loans. Maximum loan amount on these are $2 million. So that's still a pretty good size type of a loan going forward, but $2 million is a maximum loan amount. Again, these are for investment properties, only 1 to 4 residential units. If you're 5 or more units, we can't do these types of loans going forward. This is for purchases, rate and term refis, and cash out refinances. There's no personal income required on DSCR loans in general, and there's definitely not personal income required on these no ratio DSCR loans. So don't have to have a job. We don't need any tax returns, anything like that for a DSCR no ratio loan. There's no limit to the number of properties you have. You could have, 0, or you could have 1 property, your primary residence, or you could have 20 properties. You could still most likely qualify for a DSCR no ratio loan. These are for 30-year fixed loans, typically. There are some ARMs available, but I don't like the terms on them. They're typically not any better than the 30-year fixed. So if you can just get a 30-year fixed that has better terms than the ARM, why wouldn't you do that? You can do interest only on these, but it definitely has restrictions to it. So, talk to me about it if you're going to do a no ratio DSCR loan. You can have as little as 3 months reserves up to a $500,000 loan amount. And then 500 to 2 million, you're going to require at least 6 months of reserves. So kind of determine where you are with your loan amount. I mean, maybe you're in the San Francisco Bay Area and you have a pretty expensive property that you want to do a no ratio DSCR loan. You can definitely do it. But you're going to need 6 months reserves in that case if it's over 500,000. Okay. If it's under 500,000 anywhere in the country, just as little as 3 months reserves. That's, there's other things that go into that too, like credit and things of that nature. So let's talk about it first. Minimum loan amount on these are 125,000. Okay. So we need to run the numbers to make sure that you have a property that is worth enough for us to be able to do a no ratio loan at $125,000 for a minimum loan amount. You can do up to 75%. That's 25% down on purchases. And it definitely depends on the credit, because the lower the credit, the more money you're going to have to put down on a no ratio DSCR loan. You can do up to 75% loan to value on rate and term refinances. And again, that determines, or it's determined by credit. So the better the credit, the closer you're going to be able to get to that 75% loan to value. And then on cash out refinances, you can do up to 65% loan to value. And again, it definitely depends on the credit going forward. So we need to make sure we look into that first. The no ratio DSCR loan does have prepayment penalties, anywhere from no prepay all the way to a 5-year prepay. It's also state dependent for those things as well. Some states do not allow prepayment penalties. Usually what I like to say is that if you went with a longer prepay, so the 5-year prepay is going to be on the lower end of the rate spectrum, and then vice versa, no prepay is going to be on the higher end of the rate spectrum. So you want to kind of gauge what you want to do there. If you think you're going to refinance in a year, then you probably want to go with like a no prepay or a 1-year prepay. But if you're going to keep that property in, for a long time and stay in this loan for a while, then a 5-year prepay might be the best option going forward. Okay. So if you have questions, if you have a property that you don't think is going to cash flow, but you still need some sort of a DSCR loan on it, it's an investment property, I'd love to be the one that helps you out with this. I'm going to put my calendar link down below. And if you feel like it's something that you want to chat with me about, go ahead and click on the calendar link. I'd love to schedule a call with you and talk more about a no ratio DSCR loan with you. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next show. Take care.